Hi everyone, it's Astronaut B again. All of this space travel has gotten me quite thirsty. I noticed that this spaceship has something that will help with that, a juice machine. This juice machine lets us fill our glass with different types of juice, and it uses parameters to do it. By using this juicer, we will learn about using a new data type called a string. We will also learn how to use multiple parameters with a function. This next task sounds delicious. So I was just looking through the juice machine's manual, and I found that these are the types of juice we can produce. Up until this point, we have used integers as parameters, but since these juice names are words, it would be tricky to use numbers. This time, we will be using a parameter type called a string. A string is a type of data that includes a sequence of letters, numbers, or symbols. Almost any symbol on your keyboard can be used as part of a string. In order to group this information together, when using strings, we enclose them in quotes. This lets the computer know when a string begins and when it ends. So for example, if we wanted to create orange juice as a string, we would write it like this. Let's use our new data type to dispense some juice. The juice machine has a function named fill that accepts a string representing the juice type we want to fill the glass with. Fill orange should pour us a nice glass of orange juice. Delicious! Let's try the task first glass and planet juice activities now. Pause the video, open your code editor, and give it a try. Wow, awesome job making all of those delicious juices. I was just reading the manual for the juice machine and it looks like there are some even cooler things we can do with it. It says that we are able to use a function named pour with the juice name and with an amount of juice, calling the function with two parameters. How do we call a function with multiple parameters? Well, it is the same as calling it with one parameter, but we now can separate our parameters with a comma, so the system understands where one parameter begins and the other ends. It is also important to give the parameters in the correct order. For example, if the function is set up to accept the name of the juice as a string first, followed by the amount of juice as an integer, putting them in the opposite order will cause an error. This is the same as asking for grape ounces of 3 juice in English. It just doesn't make sense. Calling the function with the juice name first, followed by the number of ounces, matches what the function is looking for, so this will not result in a syntax error. We also have to be sure that they are the correct data type too. If the function asks for an integer and a string, we can't give it two integers. We also can't give it two strings. The compiler will get confused. Putting the parameters in the correct order and using the correct data type will allow the function to run. When using new functions, it is important to read the documentation, which is just like this manual I have here for the juice machine. It will tell you all the details you need to know about any new functions you want to use and how to use them. Okay, so let's try using two parameters to pour some juice. I would like to start with 2 ounces of tomato juice. So, since the name of the juice comes first, followed by the amount in ounces, a call to this function would look like this. Excellent! Well, my glass is 6 ounces, so I have room for some more juice. Why don't we try adding 4 ounces of blueberry juice to it? Wow, look at the cool color we made from that! It tastes delicious too. Now we know how to use the string data type, which can store a sequence of letters, numbers, or symbols. We also know how to send multiple parameters into a function, making sure that the order and data types are correct. For our next tasks, let's try experimenting with different juice combinations. Open up your code editor and work on the juice with ice, juice duo, and delicate juice tasks. Be sure to complete the programming tasks, practice questions, and extension activities before moving on to the next lesson. And remember, in the universe of coding, the possibilities are infinite. I'll see you next time.